y'all, it's Brooke Kelly back with another edition of Fed Up, and I had a great time at the Free State Project's Pork Fest. I met the coolest people, a lot of new friends, so exciting. I go into it never knowing what's going to happen, and it just always turns out for the best. One of my favorite people who I met is Gardner Goldsmith, and today he is fed up. So why don't you tell them what you are fed up about?
You give me a chance to blow off some steam, too. Thank you very much.
No problem, because I noticed when you were doing the Simon character at the Pork Fest that you were really good. You were like, you were blowing off your steam there too.
Thanks.
So now
Simon lets me get loose, man, you know?
He
Absolutely.
does.
I mean, as far as grading the government goes, all governments, they're crap, so don't even bother grading them. But one specific subject, how about this? Brooke, I'm pretty sick and tired of the Republican Party, which supposedly was the party to which some people would turn to protect them against the onslaughts of government infringing on their right to be able to retain their property and to be able to not pay taxes as much, to try to believe in individual liberty a little more. Those days are long since gone. And now all of a sudden that the Republican Party is in the minority, party politics is such, oh, we're all in favor of freedom. Yeah, and Obama's so bad. It's like, maybe people can learn a lesson that if they're constantly looking at trying to seize the reins of government, there is a problem. And the party itself has not done anything to educate people about the principles of free markets, about the principles of individual liberty, about the idea that no matter what, all government is predicated on theft. The minute you sign on the dotted line to say, yes, please steal from my neighbor in order to protect my neighbor from stealing, you've got a problem.
Yeah.
And from there, it all devolves. So if people can shake themselves away from the Republican hierarchy, the Republican Party has not educated anybody about free markets or individual liberty because they have no stake in actually educating anybody about free markets or individual liberty. They just want to get reelected. So it's time to get away from them. It's time to do what you've been doing. It's time to say, stand up for the individual. Don't stand up for your party. Hey, Democrats, how about this? Here's one for you. Guess what? Barack Obama is doing much the same thing that George Bush was doing when it comes to individual freedoms. So, that's kind of interesting. Oh, and by the way, if you're so in favor of privacy, how about the privacy of contract between two consenting individuals over, I don't know, health care? Oh, I'm sorry, we've got to get the government involved. How about the fact that if someone wants to contract with me, we shouldn't have to pay a cut to the gangland force called government? I don't know, it's just weird. So all you guys who think that you're in favor of freedom on one side or the other, Democrats, oh, I'm in favor of privacy. And how about the privacy and sanctity of private contract, for God's sake? Republicans, oh yeah, I'm in favor of reducing spending. Really? Who was that guy, George Bush, who was the biggest spender in all of history in the United States until Barack Obama? They are all criminal elements. It's all predicated on your adoption of the idea that government has to exist. All governments, and Thomas Paine said this in Common Sense, anything you want done, you don't need government to do it. There is a market for it.
We need jobs. That's what we were talking about earlier. We need jobs, and the government has taken our jobs. The post office,
I know.
The schools, they've just run over. Now they're trying to take healthcare too. They're trying to take more of our jobs.
Absolutely. That's an excellent point. Supposedly, they're going to create jobs. Just remember what Frederick Bastiat said. It's what's seen and what's not seen. What you'll see is the face of the person who's getting the help in the welfare program. You'll see the face of the person who's now able to get insurance because the state tells the insurance company, you have to cover this person. You won't see the millions of people who see their rates go up for their insurance, and they're starting to get frustrated. Everybody wonders, why do we have such a problem with health care? It's a free market, isn't it? No, it's not a free market. The reason you're having problems is because the government interferes and forces the companies to have to do things that raise rates for everybody. And then people don't get their insurance after that. If you've got the free market, what is the one thing the market has to do? It has to cater to the consumer. And how do they do that? By providing things at less cost more efficiently as much as possible. It's in their best interest. What does government do? When it fails, does it get more or less money? It gets more. When it fails, does it take more or less power? It takes more. They failed protecting the United States citizens against terrorist attackers. Did they get more power or less power? They got more power. They have failed in Medicare and Medicaid. Do they get more power or less power? They get more power. They're going to seize it, and now they're going to take over the healthcare system. Let me see.
It's total takeover.
Exactly. They have failed taking care of highways and bridges the way that they promised us. Oh, it's going to be so great. What do? More money. They failed protecting customers. What do? No, they don't go out of business the way a company that promises us. If I were approaching Brooke and say, hey, Brooke, I got a good deal for you. Anytime you're going to get meat, I'll inspect it. I'll make sure it's safe. The people you're working with, and I'm going to gain a reputation. People are going to come to me. I'm going to make some money because they're going to look at me as a guy who really does a good job. If you get sick, nobody's going to want to do business with me.
Right.
The federal government, they get more money. Oh, we're just inadequate. Yeah, I guess they're inadequate. They've been. It's
That's
just
what
ridiculous.
inflation is about.
Exactly.
It's giving them more money. People say we need inflation. We don't need inflation. Inflation puts our money into the government's pocket.
Yeah.
Just
so
like that.
Lots of things in this one thing that are all encompassed here, I guess, because I tend to go off on a range of subjects.
Basically, he is fed up with government, period. And that's the one thing that I kept seeing all weekend long was a lot of anarchists. It's different how you get a different mix at the different events that you go to around the country. But I met a lot of people who are this way. So my question to you guys is, what do you think about anarchy? We've never even talked about this subject on the vlog. So let's go there. Leave me your thoughts in the comment section. I'll see y'all next week. And any
Thanks.
last words from you?
No, it's just great to meet you, bro.
Cool. Well, thanks for being here.
You got it. Oh,
Okay.
and by the way, my website is libertyconspiracy.com, and we'll have an interview with her coming up very soon, so check it out. It's
Cool.
audio, not video, because I'm just kind of ugly.
Podcast.
I'm an ugly, ugly guy.